Hello everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of my 7 Days to Die hard as hell single player series with insane difficulty and zombies always run. Yep, I am still alive, both in real life and in the game. I'm still vertical, I'm still breathing. And an old man walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender notices the guy's head is the size of a cue ball. "I got to ask, sir," says the bartender, "what happened?" The old guy sighs and tells him, "My ship was torpedoed by the Germans in World War II, but a mermaid rescued me and promised to grant me 3 wishes. For my first wish, I asked to return to the States. My second wish was to have all the money I would ever need, and finally my third wish was to have sex with the mermaid." "That doesn't sound too bad," says the bartender. "Then what happened?" "Well," sighed the man, "mermaids can't have sex, so I asked her if I could just have a little head." Okay, enough of that. So, when we left off on the last episode, I had a few more of the ducts, air ducts up on the roof here, and I cleaned those up. And then I also, let's see, what else did we do? We made a cooking pot and a grill, and I made some glue. I actually was out of bone, so I had to run down, back down and harvest a corpse to get some more bones. And in the process, I actually found another thing of glue. So now I actually have a spare thing of glue. I have created, or rather I have made more forged iron, and I've fed some more materials into the forge. And so I'm ready now to make a crossbow, except for that I'm missing leather. I need 2 pieces of leather to make the crossbow. So I have everything I need for that, except for the leather. So we're going to have to go back down and find a couple more pieces of leather, which shouldn't be too hard. I got 55 iron arrowheads, so we're going to go ahead and craft those right now, so that when we do have our crossbow, we'll have the bullets ready to go. And I did want to show you something. I showed this in my Season 1 too, but in case you missed that, here's a little something that's useful to know. In order for me to make a pick, so in order for me to make this pick, I need 20 forged iron. In order to make 20 forged iron, I need 200 iron smelted into the forge, because it takes 10 of this iron to make 1 forged iron. Okay, so it takes 200 iron in the forge to make 20 forged iron in order to make a pick. Well, watch what happens when I feed the completely depleted, or pretty much all the way depleted, pick back into the forge and smelt it. Boom, I get 200 iron back. So you get 100% of your material, of your iron, I should say. You don't get your wood back, but that's not a big deal. You get all of your iron back if you take your tools once they completely break and you feed them back into the forge, which is pretty cool. I don't know if the developers actually intended for it to be that way, but it certainly is that way right now. And so I just wanted to show that to any of you who may not know about that, because it's certainly a useful thing to know. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this forged iron to, or wait for the forge to make the forged iron for us until we have 40 pieces. I'm going to make a new pick, and I'm also going to make an axe. Once we have that going, then we're going to go ahead and go find ourselves some leather so we can finish making our crossbow and then have our crossbow. After that, we'll probably venture back out into the wasteland and hit some more scrap iron. And we'll be able to get that faster now that we have the pick. And when that's done, we'll come back and we'll start setting up our little base here with some storage containers. We'll label them so it's nice and organized, and enclose this in like a little hut. So that's kind of the plan for this episode. As a matter of fact, we can actually start working on the hut part right now, because I have a decent supply of wood. So let's take these frames here, and we're going to need to make some more frames. How many can I make? 180? I certainly don't need that many. Let's make about, 50-ish. And I'm also going to put my mining helmet on so we have some light. We just have to be careful not to get too close to the forge. Oh, you know what, too? Let's pop all these jars in our inventory, and we're gonna go fill those up with water. And we'll make some water. Now that we have a cooking pot, we'll make a little bit of bottled water in here too. So that's going to take 20 seconds of cook time. And we'll cook those up. I'm going to damage the floor there. We'll fix that later. Crossbow takes 8 wood. I'm just keeping all my stuff for my crossbow down here in the bottom part. I'll probably forget that I did that and sort it and messed it all up, but until then. So, the plan is we're going to put storage chests. I'm probably going to do, let's do 8. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can put the wall here. So we'll do 8 storage chests, 2 rows here. And then this will be our wall. And this is just, this is just a little starter base. The plan definitely is, once we, get a little further along into the game, probably around mid-game or so, we'll start thinking about actually building a real base. But for now, this is what we're going to call home. So I want to leave room for a workbench, which I will put right here. And we might either put more chests over here later if we deem it necessary. Or maybe a cement mixer later on. The chemistry bench, of course, is over in that other building, and we're just going to keep that over there, and we'll secure that too. So the workbench will take 2 blocks, so we'll put a block here, and we'll make this the entrance right there. Okay. And we'll make ourselves just a nice little hut here. Do it for fun, and also to help protect us from buzzards if they come flying by. So that's the basic layout. Get that rest of that forged iron. Okay, let's make ourselves another pick. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to do. I did level up too when I was off camera. So I have 13 points. Because we're about ready to make some tools and some weapons, we're going to put points into that. We still have 7 points left. How are we doing on Tyrannosaurus? Okay, we need 10 points to put the next point into that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I get those 3 more points and then put another point in this. This is one that I usually will take up to at least level 4 and maybe even all the way up later in the game. So now, let's make our pick, and we'll make our first fire axe. And those should come in at quality 100 now that we got another point in there. We're going to turn this off. No need to generate additional heat and attract those screamers. We don't want that to happen. Do I have enough to also make a hammer? I do. Yep, let's make ourselves a hammer too. So once we have the hammer and the axe, we no longer need the stone axe, because these two will now take the place of what this guy would do. Well, and the pick too. So we're moving up in the world. Let's go find some water for our jars, and let's go find some leather for our crossbow. And we need to eat and drink. Oh, I made a couple of jars of water. Just drink those right now. And let's throw back a yucca as well. And that should get our hydration up pretty good. What the heck? Let's do one more too. I'll save that one in case I need a stamina boost. We have 8 wood spikes, so that should be enough. And I think we're ready to roll. How's our food? Let's look at our food. Food is 63. That's not too bad. And we always have more yucca that we can get if we need to. So we need to find some leather. And drive-in's going to be a good place for that. We've already done the salon. Trying to think of where else we might find some leather. I'll bet you there's some leather in that house over there. So let's go hit that house. We still have some zombies messing around in our store. There's a bunch of iron shelves and so forth in the store there that we can scrap too. So we'll hit that at some point. But right now I want to get the crossbow going. Now I'm going to start hanging on to bones for making glue, and we'll continue to also make bone shivs as needed until we find the hunting knife book. As soon as it's feasible to do so, I will be hitting the bookstore building. That's the big white skyscraper over in the northwest corner of town. Because once we do that, then we're going to really start moving up in the world, because we'll find a lot of the books and schematics and so forth that we're going to need. Whoa, don't run into that. We should be able to find some leather in this house to make our crossbow. And I believe this house also has a pool, so that'll help be our water source right nearby. Okay, let's just chill for a second and make sure there's no sleepers. Still having problems with lag, unfortunately. Don't know what to do about that at this point. Save our murky water. There's our pick. Oh, yeah, that's what I had down there. Couldn't remember what I had on my toolbar. And axe is coming up. So, let's take a peek in here. Yeah, there's our leather waiting for us right there. I guess we still need our stone axe for that stuff. Or, yeah. Don't need to take that down. Alright. Now the lights, gotta be really careful with this light. And there's our 2 pieces of leather. So I'm gonna do the hammer, I'm gonna do the crossbow next, and then I'll restart the hammer. This is great, guys. Crossbow. Love the crossbow. We'll be able to start showing those zombies what for. Speaking of which, there's one right there. Okay, let's keep the light off of him. Since we're in here, we might as well continue looting the place. There's some cowboy boots with a 6% concussive based, or compared to 11 for these boots. Those boots are still better. So these will scrap and get even more leather. Now, we don't want to wake that guy up. Now, I believe I have a fairly decent supply of meat back at the first little chest that we made right before we came into the city. Let's see, that will sell for 11. And I already have nerdy glasses with a 7% armor. Yeah, so we'll scrap these. Oh, I got better boots too. Nice. And let's scrap those. I don't have room right now. Oh, I just did it. Oh, no, I didn't. I started the crossbow. Okay. I knew I was going to sort that. Okay, so we'll hit this. Do we have our axe? Yes, we finally have our axe. Alright, good deal. Let's put the... we'll put the axe there, we'll put the gun there. Got another sleeper in there. I'm going to turn the light off for a second because I don't want him to wake up. Football helmet. That's pretty good armor, but I don't know that we'll wear it because we have our mining helmet. Make sure that doesn't wake him up. Another sleeper right there. Is our crossbow done? Beautiful. Okay, we'll put this guy out of our misery right now. Or not. That didn't work as planned. That should have killed him. What the hell? We'll let him break down the door. Let's scrap this. Do we want to save those? Yeah. I think we will for the moment. We might end up scrapping them. Oh, he's a crawl. How did he become a crawler? Oh no, it's a different zombie. I was gonna say. All right. You should have died the first time. What's the matter with you? There we go. Nice. Okay, back inside. Hello, Mr. Crawler. Come on down, get on level ground. There we go. Alright, I think we're good to start looting. Now let's just go ahead and clear the sleepers first. There we go. That's what should have happened in the first place. Get them out. Oh, that's nice. -5 insulation. Actually, I guess what I had was better in terms of insulation, so let's just keep that on since we seem to be getting hot a lot. Okay. Is everything else cleared in here? Turn that off for a second. Okay, we got a girl zombie here. Oh, good, honey. We'll need that if we get infected again. Scrap that stuff. This is a quest. I'm not going to do it right now. And that's a paintbrush, so we can easily make that later, so I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, if you're new to the game has these quests that they give you that if you complete them, you usually get like skill points or XP or something like that. But some of them are timed, and you have to, you know, once you start it, kind of have to keep on it, sort of thing. That would be good for cold, but we're not really anywhere near a cold biome, and probably won't be for quite some time, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's scrap that. Football helmet sells for quite a bit. We'll probably take that to the vendor, which we still need to do at some point here soon. We will be making a shovel soon. We don't need the axe anymore, so let's scrap that. And I think that's good for the moment. Got all that stuff. Excuse me. Alright, let's take this guy apart, get some blade skill, get some more bones. And then, before we go up to the attic, I want to make sure the ground floor is clear. We have one room back here that we got to check. I think that's the front door. You know what? If we got dudes jumping around out here, I don't want them accidentally sneaking up on me. Alright. Do we have sleepers in here? No, looks like it's clear in this room. Yeah, there's one right there. Hunting rifle schematic. Very nice. We'll take it. Alright, let's see if we can pop this guy. Excellent. Excellent. Anybody else in here? Nope, looks clear. Little tub. Whoa! That scared the hell out of me. Time to go. Where did he come from? I didn't even hear him. Oh, my blood pressure just went up. Oh man, I'll tell you what. As much as I've played this game, and as experienced as I am at it, it still gets the jump on me sometimes. Okay, learn how to aim, old guy. Get up there and pop him before he gets up. Okay. Yeah, man, he completely snuck up on me. I mean, I did not hear that at all. He's just all of a sudden there. I almost wonder if he was spawned on me. Did we get everything out of here? I think we did. Let's see. Got those in the wrong spot. I like to keep my melee in slot 1, and my ranged in slot 2. Okay. We still have to loot this kitchen, right? We haven't hit the whole thing. Oh, we wanted to check the attic, though, first. So let's do that now. Nothing up here. I'm thinking we might have a gun safe in that next room because it is pretty well fortified. Let's take the light off for a sec. Poke our head in and see if there's any sleepers in there. Oh shit. Okay. But here we go. I don't... What kind of... Is that the guy? Yeah, I don't know if this is going to kill him, but there's only one way to find out, right? Yeah, it didn't kill him. I didn't think it would. He's pretty tough. Where'd he go? Let's see if we can spike his ass. Ah. There we go. Nice little shirt there. But you don't want to wear that kind of a shirt in this kind of an environment. Hunting rifle parts. We'll take that. We might as well drink this guy right now. But we don't have any space. So what can I get rid of? Let's go ahead and scrap these. I think I'm going to scrap the shovel because we should have enough iron when we get back to make an iron shovel. Okay. Where'd that jar go? Let's take the jar and we'll fill it up in the pool again on the way back out. Plus we're probably going to find some jars in the kitchen. So we're going to break this thing down. It'll take a little while, but not too terribly long now that we have an iron pick. And see if we can get, ideally, a whole gun, or at least some gun parts. Now that I can make a hunting rifle, I'm definitely interested in finding the parts for that. And we do have a gun store in town too, just a couple buildings down from where our chemistry station is, that we can loot and possibly find a gun or definitely gun parts. Pop some yucca fruit, get our stamina boosted up. Come on, safe, give us some guns. Another point in mining tools, that's a good thing. Just about there. And what do we have? Compound bow and pistol receiver. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Both of those I'm going to sell to the trader because I'm not interested in using a compound bow since I have a crossbow, and the pistol receiver is too low quality to really worry about. But in order to do that, I've got to get rid of two things. So what is it going to be? Let's scrap this because we already have some glass there, and let's scrap this, and that gives us our 2 slots. We still have to loot the kitchen though. I'd prefer not to have to come back here, though if we did it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So we're going to loot the kitchen, and then when we're done looting the kitchen, I think the plan will be to go back to base and actually go into, it's a buzzard, go into the base and scrap or break down all of the scrap that's inside of it. And I'm going to pause at this point and turn my gamma back down. Be right back.